Hi, Days fans. It is Monday, October 25th, and we just got done watching Days.
Just got done watching.
Davey and I are practicing for being a used car salesman. That's how I feel when we say that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just got done. But those used car salesmen are not as hardcore down here, I don't think, as upstate New York.
Oh.
The whole, cheesy factor.
This is your lucky day. The manager and I haven't sold anything on that line.
I loved it when we went and tried to get a new car. They tried to convince us to get a cheaper car. What did we look for? What was that all about? When we were pregnant with Paloma, and we wanted to get the...
Because he didn't have anything. He didn't have what we wanted, so he'd rather sell us a cheaper car than nothing.
No car. Yeah, okay.
And
Moving on. For any of you who
And I said I'd rather walk than drive that car.
Yeah, Jamie did tell that car. For those of you
Barry,
who
what was his name?
Yes, Barry. Yeah. If you don't care about our car buying adventure, we're going to talk about Days now. I want to talk about that dream that Vivian had. That I was so duped into thinking it was Victor's dream.
The one where she stabbed Maggie?
Yeah. I love it. I love it when the writers can fool us. Yeah. It doesn't happen very often, but that worked.
Oh, I'd give them more credit than that. They fooled me.
They fooled me also with the Nicole plot. Now, I don't believe for a minute... I'm sorry, I have a freaking family of frogs in my throat. I think that Nicole and Victor's plan all along was for her to go show up at the house and pretend like her plan was foiled and she's just going to tell her the real truth. But I think that plan was their real plan.
Yeah.
But I don't know, because Victor was acting like, how'd you make her feel sorry for me?
So Victor dumped her. Yeah.
But he may have just done that in front of Vivian, and then perhaps he'll go run after her when they're not standing right in front of the sarcophagus.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, Vivian has major cojones. I mean, she is locked in a freaking coffin/sarcophagus. And she's giving him ultimatums about what's going to go down. He's like, well, if I let you out, you'll just go quietly into the night. Hell no. I'm moving right back into that house. You're going to dump that little Maggie. I mean...
Yeah.
Dude, you're in a freaking coffin.
Yeah, she was doing a good job. I was actually getting nauseous looking at her in there. It's like claustrophobic.
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you fast forwarded through the Abe and Lexi and Theo scenes. I found no value in those. I have no clue where they're going with that. Why?
I think that they're going to adopt a little baby or something, or they're talking about how precious life is, and they've been hinting about making another little baby. And God, let it be in vitro, because if I have to watch Abe freaking rolling around in the sack...
With Renee Jones.
Well, that part wouldn't be so bad. That girl's preserved well.
Oh, I know. No. But he would sort of get in the way of the viewing.
All right, we got to move on. This is so not going where I wanted to go. Chandler Massey, I hope you have picked out your outfit for your Daytime Emmy Award winning. I thought that whole scene... where he was pretending that some lady was snooping around the babies. So we kept going, she's looking at the babies. I don't know. And she's kind of looking around if anyone was seeing her. And I'm just worried about the babies. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, that was. Yeah. So.
And him all embracing Gabby and trying to seduce her to get his friggin' flip cam.
I'm glad you mentioned Gabby because I don't even remember the old Gabby.
That's so mean.
And the reason, I don't say that because the old Gabby was a bad actor or anything. I think that they made a decision that they wanted to age this couple. That there was really nothing they were going to get out of the younger Will and Gabby. So they had to age them, and they certainly did. I mean, so they took Will and they made him look sort of young in the beginning, and now they've made him into a full-blown man. And Gabby
Nothing
is
says man like covering up your mom's murder.
Yeah, and Gabby obviously.
Sure grows you up fast.
I need to really stretch my imagination to think that Gabby is in high school, but she could be. But they are, on the launch pad for a full-blown adult relationship.
They didn't grow them like that when I was in high school.
Yeah. So, congratulations, writers. It's tough because you've got to recast, and that's never easy, but...
They did that on Young and the Restless, too. They had Ashley and Noah running around in high school, and they aged them so much that they suddenly were drinking with no, high school graduation or anything. In, 1 6-month time, they're...
Yeah, it's funny when they...
That's how they...
They make the leap to have them drink. I think we talked to Rachel Melvin about that.
Yeah. And Molly.
Oh, yeah, so one of them said, "Oh, I've had wine."
Mm-hmm. I think it was Molly Burnett.
Yeah, it might have been.
We didn't talk to Rachel Melvin that long, did we? Maybe you did at Henry's Hat.
No, I was thinking about the last thing.
Did you talk to Rachel Melvin very much at this last thing?
A little bit. Not a whole heck of a lot. So, Ariana, goodbye. I take it this is it.
Well, I mean, I think we're going to get to see her actually die and have a funeral and all that.
But she's toast. And Rafe is going to blame EJ for having raised her, blood pressure in the recovery room. So there's going to be lots of bad blood there. But Sammy, she's like, oh, thank God she's dead. I mean, she's practiced.
And Rafe's going to figure that out.
How are they going to get through that?
No.
Will is partly to blame. I mean, not really.
But freaking out. EJ's going to be telling everyone it was Will's fault. He's going to be lording over them. What the hell did...
The camera's still missing, too, right?
Yeah.
That's the loose cannon.
Now, raise your hand if you think somehow Stefano or somebody was driving that car not planning to kill Ariana necessarily, but just maybe have a talk with her and find out why she wasn't calling EJ back with the evidence. Or what? It was a black sedan, so that to me
medium size.
That sounds either like mafia or FBI. Like maybe Rafe was having her followed so that somebody could pick her up and say, "Listen, you can't." One of his buddies. He's always doing favors for people, and they're doing favors for him.
Maybe that's how he killed Emily.
Yeah, don't ride in a car if you're involved with Rafe in any way. It may not end well for you, Sammy.
And what's this Kinsey, who was in the Social Network?
Yeah.
Nice little addition to your IBDM database,
and
Kinsey.
We also saw...
what's her name, Shelby?
Shelby, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that name. We also saw Morgan Hollingsworth.
Oh, on Sons of Anarchy?
Now, did she have a thong on, or did we see her full nudie butt?
No, she had a thong on, but it was a thin one.
Yeah, so she is...
If you are a Morgan fan and you want to see some skin, tune in to Sons of Anarchy.
We're all like five guys.
The camera is like this close to her butt from behind.
Yeah.
Laying down.
I know she's young, but damn... My butt didn't look that good when I was 20-something years old. That's sad.
I'm sure it did.
No, it didn't. I remember. Oh, I get a more than loss. Okay, moving on. I'm a little tired talking about freaking nasty stuff. Alright. So, Ari wants to tell EJ before she dies. Does not look like she's going to be able to do that.
She's taking that one to the grave.
JB's all excited about the straw spewing all over the place. It's interesting that you continuously mention those straws, yet I cannot, for the life of you, get you to remember to put a straw in my margarita.
I do it all the time. If you were to knock them over and spray them like some kind of volcano, maybe I would.
Maybe if I, I want to know that...
Take the straws and throw them at my face and then they explode. Then I'll remember.
Yeah, that sounds like a really good marital advice.
Yeah.
I really want to talk a little bit about Rafe / Galen Gehring's friggin' physical strength. Now, I know they're acting. I know that this probably, they did some editing of the scenes to blocking, whatever you call it, but it looked to me like EJ was a little Barbie or something, the way he just like put his hand on his shoulder, and next thing you know, EJ is completely off his feet, and Rafe didn't even look like he moved his feet. That was what was impressive to me. He looks like he's standing here still, and just, and then there goes James Scott. I was impressed.
Those must be hard to make look real.
Yeah, especially when they were having to do those scenes and Ariane Zucker was pregnant.
Oh gosh, and he was wrestling her down.
When Rafe, now that I know that Rafe could, pretty much annihilate James Scott, I'm a little nervous that they were doing SmackDown with a pregnant girl.
Now I'm gonna ask them who would win in a SmackDown. You think you could take
Oh,
Gail and Gary?
That's a great idea. I hope you get them both in the same place and you ask them.
I'll bring some gloves.
Hey guys, which one of you do you think would win?
In a real fight.
That's great, honey. We're going to make lots of friends at Day of Days.
Yeah, they love that kind of stuff.
Oh, speaking of which, we better wrap up because we're 11 minutes. But we're going to go to Day of Days.
November 6th.
And November 5th, we're going to plan a meet and greet at a hotel to be determined, or maybe some restaurant in City Walk. Who knows? Probably the hotel. But we are not quite fully organized yet, so we don't know all the details. But we'll tell you sometime between now and like next Friday night.
Yeah.
Probably on the closer side to now. Do you have anything else?
I don't. I don't
either. Now, as always, if we forgot to mention something, please start your own little thread about it down in the comments.
All right, the couple that watches Days Together.
Stays together.